sir. Not.
Welcome back to Glowingcard Gaming, and this week's reaction video to Modtricca. And now, your host, Adam. Hey everybody, keeping things moving along. Just queued up the video. You probably heard it right before the announcement, the opening. We're there. So, yeah, let's see what we got.
Modtricca, back up in this thing, man.
Oh, wait. Should probably stop the music, huh? And probably show the screen. All the above. Let's get the full screen going first, and then we'll do the screen capture. Look at that. We got things happening and things doing.
Yes, sir. Modtricca, back up in this thing, man. Today, we're breaking down some mysterious videos that'll leave you speechless. But before we hop into that, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can run the numbers up on the algorithm.
And I did notice right there when I did the thumbs up, for Modtricca, it just does the normal thumbs up. But for nukes, when you do a thumbs up, it does a little ghost. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe. For this channel, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 subs by the end of, we're going to go January here. So it's a little aggressive a goal, but I think we can do it. All right, be sure to subscribe. Here we go.
You ain't got to think about it later. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button too. Sub up. Join the family. This is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period. With that being said, guys, let's hop straight to the video.
Spooky. Yeah, I think that's a flatworm.
It could be moving like this because it's absorbing water, but I would still probably order a DoorDash because I'm not trying to end up in an urgent care over a bowl of Alfredo.
This guy,
That's weird.
Layden, is a longtime tech expert and thought leader on the future
I think it was flatworm.
technology of like the advancement and stuff. He believes within the years 2025 to 2050, at one point we will have a global governance.
Oh boy.
Primarily ran by AI.
Oh my gosh, Jesus come back.
He broke down the
That is the sign for Jesus to come back. I'm just saying. One world government is predicted. One world currency. I think it says in there, three nations shall rise, three nations shall fall. Now, I know a lot of people think that has already happened, but I disagree. Sorry, my hands are dried out, and I'm taking this opportunity to freshen. I'm as fresh as a daisy. Tombstone, guys, come on. You don't know that one? But yeah, one world government, one world order, and it's all run by AI or a robot. The Antichrist, or the one that rises up out of the temple and proclaims himself God in the abomination that causes desolation. So it describes that there was a statue that they were able to give life to, and when you read that, you understand, okay, it's electricity. It's a robot. We've given power to it, but they didn't have that term robot back in the Bible days. So John describes it as best he can. So that's his description. But we can tell what he's talking about. It's a robot. So for there to be one world currency, one world government, one world order, it all falls in line, and then that's the start of the tribulation. Well, no, that's not. The start of the tribulation is when the robot proclaims himself God in the holy place, in a place he should not be, doing something he should not be doing. So you have the holy place, and then the Holy of Holies, which is the inner, where the Ark of the Covenant used to be, where they would sacrifice to the Jewish people in the Old Temple. But the third temple will get rebuilt, all of that. I've talked about that before. But all of this, I don't disagree with this, since it's biblical revelations. Also, Daniel talks about it in the book of Daniel. So Yeah.
80-year cycle, and he laid it out, saying 2025 is actually the beginning of this new cycle of technology. And he thinks it's going to be a crazy development in AI, clean energy, and bioengineering. And he broke it down, and he's like, the old tradition of capitalism is not really working.
Right.
It's starting to be outweighed. Yeah. There's a lot of people protesting, like the gap between poor and wealthy is separating even more and more. Right. He said, I think with AI, with all this stuff, it's going to flip it. He's like, yeah, I do see a global governance system towards like more of a overarching one world governance system ran by AI.
This just seems more realistic every single day.
I know.
I don't think this will happen with our generation, but the generations who have grown up with the iPad in their face
It will.
probably won't even trust humans to govern. So I can see
It will happen with our generation, or Modtricca's generation, which I think he's about one generation behind me. It's just that the arc of the way the technology is growing, it used to double every 6 months. Technology was doubling every 6 months for a while. It is slowed down, but there are parts of it that will continue to be exponentially grown, and AI is one of those fields where it's exponentially grown, and every 6 months the power and the capability of AI doubles. So it's not going to be long.
it is.
What the is this little ball? It has little It has little teeth. What? This thing is alive. What are you?
I actually have no idea what this could be. It looks like a ball of sea kelp with a pair of veneers.
This is why we need to
That's
know
weird.
symbolism. Amazon is a mason. And what's even crazier, if you go to the image of Jeff...
Oh my God. Some of this stuff, you just, if you look long enough, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think if you look long enough at enough things, you're going to find what you're looking for. But I think you're starting out with a premise. You're not seeing something, all of a sudden it's just this revelation. He had to turn the Z around so there was an S, and there was some manipulation that had to happen.
Bezos creating Amazon, you see on his desk, Amazon.com, but what's even more interesting, you have the number 33, like the 33 degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. 33 is the number of death and rebirth, hence why it's in the triangle. The upright triangle is fire. Fire burns things down into its raw form.
Sorry, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and look at the desk again. It's a piece of wood. It's got more writing. It almost looks like a U, M, so it's sideways. So yeah, it does look like a 3-3, but it's coincidental. If you zoom out, take a step back, and really look at what he's pointing out here, there's something bigger. There's a bigger picture there. I don't think this is a 3-3. I think that's an M on its side, maybe a W if you look the other way. But the W doesn't make sense. The M's would make sense. So I think there's just something there that was written and on the side. I don't think there's anything to this 3-3 at all. Nothing.
Yourself by destroying your old self to then to be spiritually reborn. It's all.
Now I don't doubt this is in Freemasonry and part of Freemasonry.
Hidden in plain sight.
Whenever I see the number 33 randomly thrown in like this, my first
Hold on, let's pause. See if the video can stabilize.
thought is that there's a connection to the
Boy, what is happening?
occult. So this could be the reason why
There we go. Did we just?
Jeff Bezos was able to reach
There we
these
go.
levels.
Oh, we almost lost it. What?
I've never seen a head of lettuce that consists of 80% air. You know times are bad when shrinkflation hit the produce section.
He laid 2 eggs in a week, is what the bright spot was.
Who did?
The boyfriend did.
He laid 2 eggs in a week. Is that a British... Could we rewind for just a moment?
Yeah. Jimmy, we're with you. We're going to need to rewind and seriously slow down because Kate Beckinsale just said her daughter's boyfriend can lay eggs.
What does that mean, he's laid 2 eggs in a week?
Well, he said I've laid an egg. It had a shell and a yolk.
Hold on a second.
It's weird and exciting.
Kate told the Bizarro story on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She said losing her parents made for a tough couple of years, and really the only
I shouldn't laugh.
from her 26-year-old daughter.
There are a lot of strange things in nature. A lot of little mutations and stuff that happen. I just find this one so out there. I do not believe this. Not for a second. I actually don't even want to see, like, I don't want to see how he lays, like, where that might come from, where, like, like, did they cook it and eat it? That's so disgustingly gross to think about. Her boyfriend laid an egg, and then they had an omelet. Like, literally laid eggs, and then they ate. Oh, my God. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Lily's boyfriend, whom she claims can lay eggs.
I don't have a daughter, but if I did, I wouldn't allow her to date somebody that lays eggs, because that would mean that they're either a reptilian shapeshifter or a penguin.
Meta just got the new patent so that it can actually mind read based off of what your pupils are doing and dilating. So all these big companies are figuring out how to use the camera on your phone to see how you're responding to the algorithm journeys that they're placing, so that they can, sell advertising and whatever else. The black portal, no, this is not a device. This is your soul. Your mind, your will, and your emotions are all stored on this. All the studies right now are saying that humanity is getting dumber because of our phones and because of AI. That's not true. It's just that now we have a second brain.
I always thought the reason why I see certain ads is because my phone is listening to me, but if this is true, then we're past that stage. It just makes me want to go back to using smoke signals.
Yeah.
Look, it's starting up.
I've already talked about, dumbing down the phone and just not using stuff. That would mean giving up the channel and not using any social media at all. So no, I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. But I definitely am of the mindset to just get rid of all the games and all the stuff, so that I'm spending virtually no time on my phone. I grew up, we just had a phone on the wall. Nobody had their own phone like that. I never would have thought I would have had my own phone like that. When I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, I thought, when I grew up and had a house of my own, it would be pretty similar to the house my parents had. We'd have wall phones and, I thought we were kind of, and I still think we were kind of at the peak of civilization. I think we've gone too far. We're on the downward slope now. I think everybody knows it. It just feels kind of that way, Anyway.
The security light turns on. It picks up.
Yeah, we saw this video. I'm going to skip.
And then you see the trees move.
The trees move. This could be real paranormal. I don't know.
Ghost of a young child, but it's shaped like a duende, so I'm not sure.
J757 spraying dog medicine on my hands to make them tougher. The dog medicine is giving me superpowers again. They appear to be based on electricity, but they also have an effect on water too. I can also levitate very small objects like these breadcrumbs here.
That's an electromagnetic field. You're not seeing what he's doing on camera or off camera. The knuckles look weird on that, by the way.
This is salt. I can conduct the electricity a lot better through a fork.
gonna light the match somewhere.
I was trying to light these matches, but they kept sticking to the fork.
There's some manganese or something in the tip of the match, so he's not able to do it. They do become angry.
I'm not sure what dog medicine he's spraying that gave him the ability to do this. I just know if you shake his hand, it's gonna feel like you got struck by lightning.
Let's talk about how Sun Valley, Idaho secretly runs the...
Yeah, all it's doing is enhancing his magnetic field. Everybody's kind of got a little bit of one, and that's really all it's doing. Superpowers? I don't think so.
This is where the Allen and Company Sun Valley Conference has taken place since 1983, also known as Summer Camp for Billionaires. Every single July, heads of media groups, major CEOs, and other billionaires fly in on their private jets so they can have business meetings, golf, and pretend to be outdoorsy for a week, I guess. Occasionally, even celebrities and politicians are spotted at this event, like LeBron James or Oprah Winfrey. And some pretty major business deals have been rumored to be concluded at this event. Things like the merger between Disney and ABC in 1996, as well as Mr. Bezos here acquiring the Washington Post in 2012. Some notable people that have attended or that continue to attend are Bezos, good old Billy Gates, Ivanka Trump, even sports commissioners like Roger Goodell and Adam Silver. Let me look at this list. You also have Warren Buffett, Elon Musk.
Well, what are billionaires supposed to... I don't know why everybody's complaining about this. What are billionaires supposed to do? Like people, hang out with like people. If you have a lot of money, you're going to hang out with people that have a lot of money. That's just the way it's going to be. And yeah, of course deals are going to get done. I don't really have a problem with that.
George Soros, Mark Zuckerberg, Bob Iger, Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, just a bunch of good guys. There's some other casual...
Now, granted, they have a lot of bad ideas. These wealthy businessmen, a lot of bad ideas. A lot of bad ideas. A lot of them. But I don't understand, like, why people are complaining that they all go to this summer camp thing for billionaires. What are they supposed to do? Sit at home? Do nothing? Waste away? I don't think so.
Exciting guests like directors of the CIA that attend. I don't know why the CIA needs to attend a business meeting with billionaires. Mike Pompeo, George Tenet, Michael Morrell.
I feel like this is why people have zero faith in the system, because roundtable meetings like this or the Bilderberg Group or the Trilateral Commission is where they decide the true future of the world, and we don't even have a say.
What if the Galapagos Islands are the smoking crater of a fallen civilization? Most people have no idea that 90% of the island is restricted access. We're a network of islands. It's the Galapagos Islands. A lot of them you can't even go to. They're all protected. Listen to this.
You know why they keep you at the Galapagos? Why, if you go, you're monitored 24/7. Why 98% of the islands are off limits to the public? It's because of places like San Cristobal Island. You know, the one named after that dog-headed Christ bearer on St. Christopher. And St. Christopher Island, one of the lesser-known islands, restricted for environmental preservation. Now pay attention. There are ruins there that defy everything we're told about history. Not Polynesian, not South American, but something older. Locals told stories of giant dog-headed beings that once lived there, only to be driven underground after some kind of catastrophe. Oh, and the stone on that island? It has the same interlocking design as places like Machu Picchu, Sacsayhuaman, and Pumapunku. We're talking laser precision cuts.
How do they find out this stuff? Like, they just do a bunch of research and it's all out there for everybody to see? I don't know how they find this stuff out and how it's all interrelated somehow. But what's the point of that? Like, what's your point?
That modern tech still struggles to replicate. And yet, culture with no written language did this with copper chisels?
You can go on Google Earth and zoom in on the Galapagos Islands. There's a lot of strange, unexplainable formations. Also, a flat-topped mountain, which we know, if one has done any research into Devil's Tower and Tabletop Mountains, there's a going theory that it is an ancient tree that was cut down by one of the 200 angels that God sent to earth before he flooded it, so that the giants couldn't climb the trees and survive the flood. That's the story in the Book of Enoch, man. So who knows what the Sam Dam happened there, but it is sus that most of the island is restricted.
I looked it up, and it confirms that 97% of the island is restricted access for wildlife conservation, but I feel like they only put restrictions like this in place when it's something they're trying to hide.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. That looks frozen. I mean, there's a little bit of mold. So 48 hours, that's pretty quick. I feel like this is a one-off. I would think that you'd want to do this experiment yourself.
The kids got Culver's 2 days ago. They never finished up the fries and left the box outstanding. No fridge for 2 days. And this is what I open up the box to.
That actually makes sense, by the way. It can happen that quickly because of the doubling rate of bacteria. Bacteria doubles every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes in a non-refrigerated state. So she said they left it out on the counter. This could happen to any food within 48 hours. I'm not kidding. You think about, you take one cell, you divide it, 20 minutes later you have 2. 20 minutes later you have 4. In an hour you have 8. Doesn't seem like much, right? We're doubling though, so we have 16 cells in an hour and 20. 32, 64, right? 64 at the end of 2 hours. Right? You see where this is going. It's going to rapidly, by the end of hour 5, you have 1 million cells. Or more. In 8 hours, you're going to have 1 billion cells. Or could have 1 billion cells. So, how many bacterial cells are here? I mean, 48 hours, this is very likely. I don't find this impossible at all.
Honestly, this is how fries are supposed to look after 48 hours. It's the McDonald's fries that I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's true.
Years and they still won't mold.
I'm Rob Shaw, president of Rockefeller Foundation. I'm here today with Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast. How's it going? And we are together.
This guy sounds like a CEO of a company, by the way, because he used Mr. Beast's real name. And just the way he's talking, he sounds wealthy. He's got that little wealthy accent.
Rockefeller Foundation and Mr. Beast launching a great new partnership together. Yes, we're going to try to inspire the youth all around the world, change lots of lives. Lots of big projects coming up. We'll tell you more about it in the future, but I'm honored to be working with the Rockefeller Foundation and Let's Change the World. And we're excited to work with Jimmy and his awesome team. They are already helping kids in Africa and around the planet. We're going to take that to the next level together, and we couldn't be more excited. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
This is a terrible look for Mr. Beast, because whenever the Rockefeller Foundation launches a new project that's going to change the world, it's usually for the worse.
Notice the symbolism here. First, you'll see a 9-pointed star. That is the star of the world's newest religion, the religion of Baha'i, where they believe that all religions are equally good and true. A one-world religion to go with their one-world government.
That's also biblical. One world religion, one world government, one world currency, everything one world. So that makes sense to me as well. That'll be the religion where you bow down to the beast and you take his mark and lock yourself out of heaven for all eternity.
Next, Look at the bull in front of the cross, a likely homage to the ancient Canaanite god of human sacrifice. Then we have the statement,
Canaanites.
ingenium virtus, a saying which means knowledge of immense power.
Any religion that
What I find really interesting is, like, biblically, you hear about men being born, and then you hear that they're now a country. So Canaan, the Canaanites, that kind of thing. But did you know there was a man named Egypt? At least I think I just read that not too long ago. And then there's a country of Egypt. So that man was the father of Egypt. I mean, he went and made a country, became a country. It's very strange to me, that concept, but it does seem like, for the most part, everybody had, even America, Amerigo Vespucci. Yeah. Everything is named after someone, it seems.
as Klaus Schwab is the Archbishop, you can count me out. They're probably going to be passing around a collection plate with a facial recognition camera on it.
Do you guys have any conspiracy theories that you actually think are true? Because I got one I heard a while ago that I'm really starting to think might actually be the case. This one involves the tech behind generating AI photos and AI video. And basically the theory is that the people who are creating and funding this technology have hidden motivations. As you guys are aware, there's been a ton of development and a ton of money invested in making AI photos and AI videos become as realistic as possible, and eventually we'll probably get to a point where they are literally indistinguishable from actual photo and video. What that means, though, is that when we hit that point, there really won't be any such thing as photo and video evidence, because if someone has a video of you doing something bad, you can just say, no, that's AI. So the theory is that there are a bunch of people who are very high up in society who are dumping money into these causes because they're being blackmailed. Now, just in the last couple of years, we've seen multiple really high-profile blackmail rings pop up where people were being manipulated by photo and video evidence. And it just so happens that as all this stuff is starting to come out, we're reaching the point with AI photo and video that it creates a little bit of doubt about what's real and what isn't. I've done some digging on this, and I don't want to name names or industries or people in particular, but if you follow the money, you'll find what you're looking for.
This would make sense because it seems like this past year they've been pushing AI image and video generator.
I don't disagree with that, because there are already pranksters that are taking photos of people shopping and editing those with AI to show them committing a crime. And then they go to the store manager and say, hey, I saw this guy pickpocket one of your store employees. And then he shows them the video of this guy pickpocketing. And the store managers, like, they go and they show the guy the evidence. And the guy is like, that's not me. I don't understand. And she's like, well, you have the same shirt on as the guy. I'm like, so I can understand this. So I don't like where this is going. But it could be that one day this channel, or me, is AI. Somebody just starts doing this channel, replacing me with AI. It could happen.
On us super hard, and what better way to create doubt in people's minds than for everybody to think that what they're seeing is fake?
A Russian neurotechnology company has launched a new surveillance program that uses live pigeons fitted with brain implants. Yep, it's as dystopian as it sounds. These bird biodrones can be steered remotely in real time by stimulating targeted regions of the brain. The bird then believes it wants to fly in the instructed direction and is capable of covering 310 miles a day. While the program has been presented as a tool for monitoring sensitive sites, some fear the spy cameras could be used for covert surveillance in cities or war zones.
It looks like they created a Neuralink for pigeons. I'm not worried about it doing covert surveillance just yet because it has a giant camera strapped to its chest.
That's so evil.
How to hide that. That's a different story.
Charles,
That's evil.
go out with the dog, okay, doing a wee before bedtime. Look at this. No. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
You're
I've seen this video before, I think. I'm pretty sure.
There is a triangle-shaped something with lights all over it, and that is well in the sky. Look. Probably see it better from there. What the f*** is that? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
It's way higher than mountains or anything.
And it's still.
And it's just there. Oh, I need to drop the bloody phone. What is that? See if I can zoom in, see if your phone will pick up. I think it will, won't it? Are you seeing this?
It actually looks kind of like a jet.
What the hell?
But it's not moving anywhere.
Does this thing zoom anymore?
Good boy. Yeah. Yeah, good boy.
No, that's
We'll
it.
bring it on video. We'll take some pictures.
What the hell is that?
You know, it could be a drone.
But they would have to be really large to be visible from this distance. I feel like this one is an actual UFO.
What's a conspiracy theory you shot-puttingly believe in?
Milton Keynes is built purely for the Freemasons.
Okay.
I just want to say, I don't believe this, but this is crazy. Actually crazy. The conspiracy theory goes that Milton Keynes is built purely for Freemasons to take part in weird cults and to leave a trail of breadcrumbs for conspiracy theorists. So Milton Keynes has a perfect solstice line that goes through the middle of the city centre, and the road it goes down is Midsummer's Drive. Directly parallel to the left and to the right of Midsummer's Drive, you have a road called Child's Way and Portway Road, meaning Midsummer to open the portal.
What the?
The sun will shine down the solstice line, which is Midsummer's Drive, and then it will shine down the Eye of Ra, and it's so weird because the roof of the shopping centre is built exactly like the Eye of the Ra. This is so weird, but it gets weirder. So in the UK, we have a solstice-born prince, which is Prince William, and he was born on a lunar eclipse. Prince William was in Milton Keynes for 3 days in a row for Revelations 12, which is the 23rd of September 2017. And I didn't even know these places exist in Milton Keynes because it's so weird. He took part in a ritual in Milton Keynes on this thing called the Black Rose. This huge circle on the floor which resembles a black rose, which people say is a symbol of Freemasonry. But it's so, so weird. And then just to top it off, directly parallel to the Eye of Ra, to the Black Rose, and on the summer solstice, they've built a pyramid. And they've built this huge pyramid. And there are also other sculptures around Milton Keynes. And if you connect the dots to each one, it's the Freemasonry logo.
Oh no.
It's weird.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's terrible.
I've got pictures of all of it. I'm going to put it in.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
so weird.
That's weird.
Milton Keynes was built for the Freemasons.
I say this a lot. I say that, you know, when you're looking for something, you're just going to find it. This one seems to have a lot of evidence behind it. This one, maybe this is true. I don't know. I got to give you one at some point. It's got to be true, right? Maybe it's this one. I don't know.
It might even be worse than that, because that symbol that just showed was one of Aleister Crowley's sigils.
I don't know how to explain this, but something insane was going on in ancient India. They had the same rock scooping tool as the Inca, but thousands of years before them. Thousands of years before Petra, they were carving their temples out of the mountain, and unlike Petra, they fully decorated the inside, head to toe. So detailed. If you don't have a guide showing you where all these little things are, you'll never even see them. The Shore Temple, entirely granite. The holes are 3 millimeters, that big, and they curve. The only comparison we have is ancient Egypt, like this obelisk base, but it's still not that detailed. Each Egyptian obelisk was carefully selected because it rings like a bell. This has been heavily researched.
What?
Ancient India did the same thing.
That's weird.
India was not content with
I didn't realize that obelisks, you could ring them like a bell. That's very strange.
just ring, though. They put them inside the temple as art. You can play the temples like an instrument that is exclusively ancient to India. The columns themselves even look like sound waves. The polish on these things has lasted thousands of years. This one is basalt, and it revealed something very strange. Basalt's harder than your countertop, but it shows this warping feature that is only characteristic of injection molding like we do with plastic. India has dolmens, same as the ones in Europe, except Europe only has a fraction of the dolmens that are in India. Possibly the largest concentration on Earth. They have stone circles like Scotland and Ireland, and they're just as big. India even has a Gobekli Tepe in its own special style. I am literally just scratching the surface here, and I rarely even talk about the good stuff because my videos keep getting flagged. I love looking at their mythology with a scientific lens because it matches up shockingly well. Particularly the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Rig Veda, Mahabharata. Crazy cinematic quantum science interlace. It's the craziest stuff ever. You gotta check it out.
I feel like carving these temples with this level of detail with a titanium chisel would be difficult, so the fact that they did this with copper just feels like a lie.
People are getting...
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that they ring the temples like the masonry work like a bell. It's very strange to me. But the warping of the basalt is, I mean, one, it's thousands of years old, but it could be warping from the sound waves being done over and over those 1,000 years. It's weird. People are getting weird.
Weird. Is this the age of Aquarius? Carl Jung actually said the age of Aquarius would be a time of moral collapse, a time that reminded him of those dark centuries where the culture of antiquity was slowly falling into decay. And when the confusion around morals is at its height, a new revelation will dawn for humankind. This is the age of distortion and confusion and moral loss. As Jung taught us, this will all lead to something. This isn't happening at random. This is by design, designed through interstellar forces we cannot fully comprehend.
The video is edited weirdly, too. She's weird.
And this will lead to revelation. Perhaps the revelation is that humans have incredibly dark, sick parts of themselves, buried underneath their psyches. And in the past we hid these parts from each other, pretending to be the good husband or the good wife, the good politician or the good celebrity. But now the fragmented pieces of everyone's subconscious are coming out and they can't even help it. Now we get to see evil. And can you really understand good without understanding evil?
Absolutely you can. You can understand good without understanding evil. You can have good without evil. There's a term for it. It's called holy. Holy. A complete goodness devoid of all evil. When she's talking about evil, you're talking about sin. It's the sinful nature. So can men help that? Absolutely they can. With a little help from the Most High God.
So maybe we're here to understand evil. That's our revelation. And the degree to which we understand...
We're here to get rid of evil, the evil within ourselves. But we can't do it. We have to have Christ cleanse us. He's the only path to heaven. There is no other.
Evil is the degree to which we can free ourselves to one day being good. This is complex, though, and I could be wrong. What do you think?
If you think about the Diddy tapes and the Epstein
I told you.
files, I feel like we're on the brink of learning some very dark information about people that we've held on a pedestal for a long time, so Carl Jung might be right.
Some buildings speak. This
Maybe.
one listens. John Carl Warner's Long Lines building rises 550 feet above Manhattan.
Yeah.
Douglas Tower, engineered
This
for
is...
absolute resilience. Built during the Cold War, it had one job. Survive anything. Nuclear blasts, data blackouts, civil collapse. A skyscraper for machines, connecting telecoms in the US and overseas. Windowless, granite-clad, that rejects glass and gesture.
This is where the CIA and some of the black ops in the United States run their spy networks out of. That, at least that's what I've heard. This is where the government spies on the American people.
Instead, it channels pure utility, a vented monolith where form is function. And beneath that stoic exterior, the conspiracy spiral, intelligence programs, global listening networks, Titan Point. Whether fact or folklore, the building's silence fuels the mythology. In New York's endless noise, this tower remains an unwavering, silent presence. A monument to secrecy, infrastructure, and power. This has been Scales measuring the built world.
We covered this building before, so we know it's an NSA headquarters, but I
NSA.
to find out more information, and out of all the possible addresses, why is this one 33 Thomas Street?
I know, 33. Was that a dude sitting there?
I feel like this one might be fake just based on how calm they are, because if I saw a real-life shadow entity in my basement with glowing eyes, they would be able to hear me screaming in Azerbaijan.
We just witnessed a very strange red circle appear in the sky, right? So it manifested, it flashed, and then it disappeared, and it's all over the news. Check this out. Look at this. A perfect glowing circle floating above the clouds like some sort of interdimensional portal, right? The thing was nearly 200 kilometers wide.
To me, what it really looks like, I don't know if this is a flash or what, but it looks like the sunset, right? It's lighter yellow there, but the further away you get, the deeper the color gets. And the angle might be a lower cloud here. It just may be coincidental that it looks like a ring, but this to me looks like a sunset is causing this.
Bigger than some countries, and it lit up the sky for a single millisecond. And the crazy part is, most people will go their whole lives without ever seeing one, because it only exists for 1/1000th of a second, right? It flashes and then vanishes. Some scientists say this isn't a UFO. It's something called an ELV, a massive ring of red light that forms when an extremely powerful lightning fires an electromagnetic...
This is what happens when the Xbox crashes. You get the red circle of death. Same thing. It's a big Xbox.
pulse straight into the ionosphere. We're talking lightning so strong, over 300,000 amps, that it literally shocks the sky itself, causing nitrogen to glow red and form this enormous looking halo. But here's what nobody can actually explain. Why is this tiny Italian town seeing this phenomenon more than anywhere else? Why does the lightning there keep producing these insanely rare events? Is this geography, the weather pattern, or just pure luck? Or something we haven't figured out yet? Wink wink, portal? Maybe. We've got two pictures, 2 different years, 2023 and 2025, same eerie red ring, same place on Earth. The odds of this occurring in the same place, especially in the same place after a few years, is like 1 in 100,000 or something, right? It's ridiculous. So is this a natural occurrence, or is there something more going on here that needs to be investigated, right? UFO stuff, portal type stuff, I don't know, man.
Maybe this phenomenon keeps happening in this location because there's something amplifying the electromagnetic energy in the area. Let me know what you guys think.
I'll tell you right now. I'm going to walk you through
I have a short on this. So we definitely have seen this before.
I have a friend that works that he would see and
yeah, we're gonna
through here, put the urn by these urns that
yeah, that one. The lid's gonna shift slightly. He's gonna run.
I feel like working at a crematorium, you should.
Oh, you don't get to see the whole video. Check out my short. It's longer and it has more footage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the f is that Waymo doing?
That's crazy.
Standoff, but it also slowed down. Waymo's about to have you on the front of a t-shirt. But that was the video, guys. Don't forget to
the front of a t-shirt.
That hype button.
All right, that's all I got for you. Looks like everybody's silent again tonight on a Thursday. I almost said Wednesday. Yeah. You guys are so quiet out there. Nobody joining? All right, we'll try to get back to some gaming here. Maybe some Arc Raiders. Maybe some Silk Song. We'll see what happens on Friday. Until then, be good to each other, and I'll see you tomorrow.